Scorpio, Scorpio, Scorpio. Morning. Let's do a reading for you. I am Tarot King, the Prophet, back with another Crown King Tarot presentation. Here to do my first Scorpio reading in a very long time. Anyway, if you guys know, well, let me tell you, it is September 2025. And if you guys know, I start every reading with a fortune cookie from my rose. It's been so damn long. We started them out with the Damon Tarot deck and a Moonology Oracle deck. So without further ado, let's get something from this Damon Tarot deck. Alright. The Dramalek. The Dramalek. The Dramalek. Let's see what the Dramalek has to say for Scorpios. I don't ever really remember pulling this card. Maybe I have, maybe I haven't. It's been a long time. Beware of judging by appearances, especially those who dress to impress but have no substance behind their style. Beware of judging by appearances, especially those who dress to impress but have no substance behind their style. Not judging the book by its cover, basically. And let's get one out this Moonology Oracle deck. New Moon in Scorpio. Work through your fears. New Moon in Scorpio. It's very rare that I pull a card for the actual sign that I'm reading, and it's the actual sign that I'm reading. New Moon in Scorpio. The number Scorpio is 11. I literally just pulled the same number for myself, and there's two different numbers that made it up. And I am a Scorpio rising, so there you go. Work through your fears. New Moon in Scorpio. This card suggests a rebirth. Think of your situation as the phoenix that's rising from the ashes, as the birth, death, rebirth paradigm. That's what Scorpio energy is all about. Whatever you've been through, there's a new start ahead. It might be a little dark. It almost certainly won't be rainbows and unicorns, but it will be deep and transforming. This card also suggests that if you know you are magical, then this is the time to work your magic. If you're a Scorpio, you probably are magical. It can also herald the start of a sexier time. If you've been experiencing something of a drought, and emotional intimacy is also on the menu. Scorpio is the sign that likes to go deep into body, mind, and spirit. So when this card comes up, there's nothing superficial about what's coming your way. The attuned to the moon, Scorpio, is have some sexy time. Have some sexy time. Once again, that number is 11. And last but not least, let's pull a few cards from this deck. There is something to be learned here. Wow, I just pulled this for Capricorn. You can go back and watch the Capricorn video and see I just pulled this. What does one thing have to do with the other? It's a lot of cards here, so me pulling the same cards is crazy. And stop wasting time. There is something to be learned here. What does one thing have to do with the other? Stop wasting time. That sounds like a full sentence, full little lecture and shit. Alright, so if you know, you know. I use the Wildwood Tarot deck to do all my readings. I have a little deck, I have a big deck. They are the same deck. The big deck is to lay out the main general energy for the whole reading, and also the energy for the past, present, and the future. And then I take the little deck and I come and I lay 3 cards to clarify each section in the past, present, and the future, and then come back around for a summary for the past, present, and the future. And then I come back around to finish it all up with one final message from the universe with the big deck, and then I'll also lay 3 more of those cards with the sayings on them. Alright, so without further ado, let's get this main general energy. The one of stones, the ace of stones, the foundation of life. This is about growth, Scorpio. You know, reading the writings on the wall, the things that are written in stone, starting to realize things that you may have realized before but you weren't paying any attention to. you know, and knowing things and not paying any attention to them, knowing what's right and not paying any attention to it, is not growth, you know. So once you start paying attention to it and start growing from it, you know, obviously then that's growth. You know what I mean? There's a difference in there in that situation. Knowing what's right and wrong, but still doing the wrong thing, and then knowing what's right and wrong, and then doing the right thing. You know, that's growth. This is about a brand new beginning for you, Scorpio. Starting to do things right, doing the things the way that things need to be done. You know, and that's also a difference as well too. Doing what's right and doing what needs to be done. Doing what's right for you. Doing what's right for your situation. All right. Sometimes you may have to jump off a building every now and then to get things right. You see what I'm saying? And so it doesn't make it right, but it makes things right. You know, don't get me twisted. I'm not influencing you, especially not influencing you to jump off no fucking buildings. You know, it's a metaphor. But I'm not influencing you to do the wrong things or do things that are bad. I'm just trying to tell you that sometimes we have to do some unsavory things to do what's right for us. Going to the past, the present, and the future. It's funny, I did it again. Did it again for you, Scorpio. And it's funny because I'm a Capricorn sun, and I pull certain cards from Capricorn. And I'm a Scorpio rising, and I keep pulling the same cards for Scorpio. The past. The exact same card, the exact same past for Capricorn. This is 10 of Vessels, the card of happiness. There comes a time, there was a time, Scorpio, where you were happy and you felt complete. You know, just like in the Capricorn reading. You know, and maybe you come in the back and reflect on that. You know, things were fine, things were great in this past. You know, coming to this present, you have the shaman in reverse. The shaman is the first person that you see on your journey in the story of tarot. It's the very first lesson you learn. You see what I'm saying? But you got the shaman in reverse, so you're learning the same lesson over and over and over again. You know, it's a cycle. I have to turn this down for these commercials. It's a cycle that you are going through. You see what I'm saying? You're repeating the same thing over and over and over again, learning the same lessons over and over again. Why, Scorpio? Why are you learning the same lessons over and over again? But this is the one, so it's a brand new start, it's a brand new beginning. Question is, what are you going to do with those lessons that you keep learning over and over again, Scorpio? And in the future, you have this 3 of arrows, right side up. You know, that's where the divine gets involved at. You see what I'm saying? You have 3 arrows in this heart on fire. You see what I'm saying? This is the card of jealousy. Jealousy, green with envy. You know, I don't really know exactly which way to go with this one at this present time until I start to clarify. I ain't gonna hold you up on that one because, Scorpio, to be frank, I don't know if it's someone jealous of you or if you jealous of someone else. You see what I'm saying? But hopefully, I really feel like the intentions in this is to use whatever the situation is to propel you forward, to motivate you, and to keep you going the way you need to be. All right. So let's get some clarification so we can at least clear up that past. I mean that future. For real, I don't like having a clear view of what these cards mean. I don't like having to find out in the end. You know. But I get it. You know, in this situation, I get it. All right, going to the past. The Archer, the Page of Arrows, and the Gray Bear. Once again, some of the same cards. You know, I just shuffled the shit out of this. If you watch my preparation video that I did right before this, you see I shuffled the shit out of these cards. All right, so you got the Archer, number 7, the Page of Arrows, and the Gray Bear. Somewhere along the line, Scorpio, you got stuck. Somewhere along the line, you got scared to move forward. You know, you had everything. Everything was going right. Everything was good for you. You see what I'm saying? But I don't know, maybe you allow something to distract you. You know, maybe you got offered an opportunity and turned it down. Maybe you thought about moving to a different place or something like that, and you turned it down. You know what I mean? It was something that left you stagnant. You know, something that you looked at as less than an adolescent or an adult. You know what I mean? You looked at it from a childish perspective. And what I mean by that, like, take Canada, for example. I had never been to Canada. And everything that I knew about Canada was like forest and shit like that. You know what I mean? And I just knew that once I got to Canada, a few weeks ago, a month ago, when I just went to Canada, one thing that I thought about it all the time was that it was just going to be a whole bunch of motherfucking forests. I had this recurring dream, but that's a whole other story. It has nothing to do with what we're talking about, you know. But the thought of going to Canada kind of just freaked me out. You know, it fucked me up, rather. You know what I mean? And one day I was just like, you know, I got to run to Canada, and I was just like, you know what, fuck it. We doing this. And I did it. You know what I mean? I ran to Canada. And it was just like here. You know what I mean? It looked like the United States. I mean, it was features that was different. You know, like the mountains was a little different and shit like that, but it was still the same thing. You know, and I had to escape that fear. And that's kind of where it is, where you guys, Scorpio, was at in this situation in the past. You know what I mean? Everything was going good for you, you know, and it was your perspective, it was your idea of something that prevented you from taking a risk that you should have been taking. All right? Coming to the present, living this life over and over again, living this situation over and over again, stuck in this karmic cycle, so to speak. Here you are. 3 of stones holding up sustaining walls, another similar card. 2 of stones in reverse, another card, but it's in reverse this time. And 3 of arrows, it's actually a repeat card in your own reading. This is the main energy for the future. So here you are, Scorpio, on this cycle, going through the same shit over and over again. And you probably recognize, you probably see it. And it's just like, why do I keep ending up here? Why do I keep being scared of this situation? Why do I keep being afraid to move forward? You know, everything will be okay, Scorpio, if you move forward, if you decide to get over that fear, you know what I mean? And I don't know, like that person, or take that job, or make that move. You see what I'm saying? If you go ahead and return the energy that's being given to you, you know, everything could be all right for you right now, in this present. But instead, in this present, you keep going through the cycle. You keep doing the same thing over and over again. And I don't know if you're expecting the different results. You see what I'm saying? But if you're expecting things to change, you know it's not going to happen, because you yourself have yourself stuck in this cycle. And as long as you stay stuck in this cycle, everything's going to be the same. As long as you stay in that neighborhood that you live in, and you know that you're supposed to move, you're going to see the same people every day. You're going to keep going through the same shit with the same neighbors. As long as you stay in that same city and you know you're supposed to move, you're going to keep going through the same situation that you go through in that city. As long as you keep that same job and you know you're supposed to elevate, maybe take that management position or take that corner office or something. If you don't, then it's just going to be the same shit over and over again. You see what I'm saying? You keep telling that person no, and you know that person can help elevate you, and you can elevate them. As long as you keep being fearful of commitment and things like that. Same situation, over and over again, the same cycle. Alright? And once again, this is about holding up self-sustaining walls. Not having a choice. You don't have a choice in this matter. You gotta quit fighting yourself in this, Scorpio. You gotta quit fighting yourself in this. You know what I mean? You're not doing anything but hurting yourself, and that's what this 3 of stones is about. 3 of arrows is about. It's about the ancestors, actually. It's about the ancestors being like, man, if I was in your shoes, you won't listen to me, you won't listen to yourself. I'm sending you these signs, these symbols, I'm sending you these thoughts. And you're just not listening, Scorpio. See what I'm saying? The Scorpios was, the ancestors like, if I was in your shoes, I swear that's it. Because, man, I got goosebumps. Something serious. Alright? You had the stag, the 5 of stones, and the Knight of Stones. Lots of earth energy up in here. Lots of earth energy. The stag is about being strong. Finding your strength, Scorpio. You see what I'm saying? You are protected. You have nothing to really worry about. And this is the future. You know? It's that 5 of stones. It's going to be a little bit unstable. Still going to be a little bit of fear there. You know what I mean? But I think that in this future, Scorpio, you will begin to light that fire. You will come out your comfort zone and you will light that fire. And you'll get things started. You see what I'm saying? And then after that, you will be well on your way. I think this has something to do with setting your ancestors free. You know, they say that our ancestors did a lot of things to set the path for us. You see what I'm saying? And maybe they feel trapped watching you, guiding you. You see what I'm saying? Who's to say that all the same ancestors always watch you? Maybe some just want to get you to a certain point so that they can move on and maybe help the next, or just go be free in whatever realm they're at. You see what I'm saying? But as long as you keep repeating this cycle, they're there watching you, steady trying to guide you, knocking you upside your head like, man, you need to listen. It's things that you need to get done. It's things that you need to fucking listen. You see what I'm saying? But as long as you keep repeating that cycle, you have your ancestor trapped. You see what I'm saying? And I think that that's what this future is a lot about freeing your ancestors, you know, with because they're trying to guide you, and you just are holding up everything. You know, they're trying to guide you and play their position in your life after death. After their death, they're still trying to play their position in your life, and you won't allow them to move on because you are holding them there. You're not listening. You're not doing what it is that you're supposed to do, that you need to do. Set them free. Set them free. Like that fire. Quit being so fearful, Scorpio, and get out there and get after what it is that you need that will help you to progress. All right? Let's get back to that happiness. Let's get to that growth. All right? Let's get some summaries going on. Past, present, future. In the past, you had these two-way arrows right side up. It's about making choices, making decisions, but being blind and can't see. You're pretending like you can't see the outcome if you make this choice. You in my mindset before I actually went to Canada, you know, and was just like, there's nothing but woods and bears and shit there. What if I break down? I'm gonna get eaten by a wolf. One of my biggest fears. All right, it sounds crazy, but it has a lot to do with a reoccurring dream I had since I was 4 or 5 years old, in a fucking coma. I started in a coma. You know what I'm saying? One of my biggest fears. You know, but this is about opening your eyes. You know, in this past, you know, whatever happened in this past made you decide to stay blind. You know. You have to open your eyes, coming to the present. You have that main energy, but it's in reverse. Ace of Stones, ending something. Ending this period of no growth. It's time to grow up, Scorpio, and face what it is that you need to face. Coming to the present, you have the Wanderer in reverse. It's about going through that cycle over and over again. It's not your first rodeo. It's not your first time that you've come across to this and that you've needed to learn this lesson, learn this situation. You know these things are holding you up. Mm-hmm. You know they're holding you up. You know, so, but you also know what it is that you need to do. And if you quit bullshitting, you can get there. Let's get the final message from the universe. The Eight of Bowls in reverse, called a Hearth Fire. It's definitely about ending something. About something ending. You're not giving anybody anything to celebrate, anything to appreciate about you by staying in this cycle, staying in this realm where you're just doing everything over and over again. People may even be wondering Scorpio, of why you are wasting time. Why aren't you doing things better for yourself? It's not that you're doing bad or anything like that. It's just you're not working up to your potential. You're not doing what you could be doing. And and to be all the way honest, it doesn't matter how they feel. It doesn't matter what they think, but it does matter that you should be propelling yourself forward. You should be going deeper into your reality of who you are and making something out of that. All right? Let me go back here to these fortune cookies. Remember, we got a Drumalek. He said, beware of judging by appearances, especially those who dress to impress but have no substance behind their style. I think they're talking about you, Scorpio. You see what I'm saying? Beware of judging by appearances, those who dress to impress but have no substance behind their style. And I'm not saying you don't have any substance behind your style. I'm saying that you have substance behind your style and you're not using it. You're just dressing to impress. You see what I'm saying? When there's so much more that you can be doing to be impressive. Alright? I'm sorry if I seem like I'm coming off harsh on you. I'm a Scorpio rising. So, I'm talking about myself too, and I understand this. Work through your fears, right? Work through your fears, right? This card suggests a rebirth. Think of your situation as the phoenix that's rising from the ashes, as the birth, death, rebirth paradigm. That's what Scorpio energy is all about. Whatever you've been through, there's a new start ahead. It might be a little dark. It almost certainly won't be rainbows and unicorns, but it will be deep and transforming. This card also suggests that if you know you are magical, then this is the time to work your magic. It can also herald the start of a sexier time. If you've been experiencing something of a drought, and emotional intimacy is also on the menu. Scorpio is a sign that likes to go deep into body, mind, and spirit. So when the card comes up, there's nothing superficial about what's coming your way. Be attuned to the moon, Scorpio is. Have some sexy time. Have some sexy time. Get out there and stretch yourself. Stretch your stuff. Saturn card. There is something to be learned here. What does one thing have to do with the other? Stop wasting time. I ain't gonna lie. When I was doing a reading, I intentionally spoke on that. Stop wasting time. Let's pull 3 more cards to end this reading. Oh, I guess they all just gonna come 3 together. Look to your ego. That's a good one for Scorpio. Faith without works is dead. Look at that. There's no strength in this situation. Work through your fears, Scorpio. Be who it is that you know that you can be. Stop wasting time. Just like the cards say. You got this. It's something that you hold yourself back from. And as long as you keep holding yourself back, that's where you will be. In the back. Alright? You got this. Just keep digging, keep grinding. It's all on you. You got it though. Alright? I am Tarot King the Prophet. This has been another Crown King Tarot presentation. So Miss Monique. Grand Rising to you as well, Queen. This has been another Crown King Tarot presentation. I'm out of here. Love, light, blessings. Peace. I'll let you boy.